It all began with a single gunshot in Sarajevo, 1940. The target was Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and his assassination by a young Serbian nationalist was more than a personal tragedy. It was the spark that set Europe ablaze. The assassination lit the fuse, but the powder keg had been waiting for years. Europe was armed to the teeth, divided by the secret alliances, fueled by rival empires, and driven by fierce nationalism. When Austrian-Hungarian struck back at Serbia alliances, Germany, Russia, France, Britain, one by one, nations were pulled into the spiral. What should have been a regional conflict exploded into a global inferno. World War I. The Great War unleashed horrors that world had never seen. Tanks grinding through mud, machine guns tearing through weaves of soldiers, poison gas drifting across the trenches. By 1918, millions were dead. Empires that had stood for centuries, the Austro-Hungarian, Ottoman, Russian, and German, were gone. But peace came at a price. The Treaty of Versailles punished Germany so harshly that it planted the seeds of even darker storm. And in 1939, that storm broke. World War II erupted, bigger, bloodier, and more destructive than anything before. This time it wasn't just armies clashing, it was ideologies colliding. Fascism against democracy, tyranny against freedom. When it ended in 1945, the map of power was redrawn forever. Europe lay in ruins. Two new giants stood above all: the United States and the Soviet Union, locking the world into Cold War. The United Nations was born, and a new global order began to shape. But perhaps the most haunting legacy of both wars was the speed of armament. While World War II thrust humanity into the atomic age, radar, jet engines, rockets, and the bombs that could end civilization itself. Even nations far from the front lines felt the shock waves of this technological leap. The Great War began with a single shot in Sarajevo. The Second World War ended with the mushroom cloud. Together, they reshaped nations, forged superpowers, and left us with weapons powerful enough to decide the fate of humanity, and in many ways still living in their shadows.